All right, and welcome to week 4 of the Fantasy Football Madden 2022 challenge here. Taking a look at the league, some things progressed, some very interesting things have been going on in the league here thus far. And just kind of taking a look here, Jackson got a little beat there by the Bengals, no big deal there. The Giants somehow beat out the Tennessee Titans. The Kansas City Chiefs ended up beating out the Philadelphia Eagles. The Dallas Cowboys lost to the Carolina Panthers. But the fucking oh my god, Desert Swarm, look at you guys go. 35-17. It's about goddamn time you guys had a nice handy win. Although, albeit the Giants came to visit you guys down in New Orleans, so I would hope that Desert Swarm would get that here. And I think I'm just now realizing that Desert Swarm is Gump, our executive producer on there, and what his official name might be. So that was interesting. Yeah, Cleveland beat Minnesota. Detroit lost to Chicago. The this warms my heart here because Brady Gaga gets a good win over Houston, which I was really excited for because I know that they weren't doing so hot here recently. The Jackson Drive versus the Sons of Saban. The Sons of Saban actually had handed a good handy loss to the Jackson Drive. Not much going on there. Oh, Spud NATO dropping to 3-1 now, losing to the Seattle Seahawks out there. And then Marky Mark winning there pretty handily over the Raiders. That's pretty good. The fighting Penguins going good. And then the Danger Chickens handing the Sure Shots a pretty sure shot loss out there. Kraft Mac and Cheese handled Denver fairly well. And then, of course, that rematch that we were talking about here ended up going definitely in Tampa Bay's favor, 24 or 42-24. So let's go ahead and take a look at Jackson Drive versus the Sons of Saban. Offensive yards and the rushing yards were actually okay. So they almost gained about the same yards, but rushing was quite a significant improvement. However, Jackson Drive did have a very effective passing game, albeit just a little bit more. Pretty evenly matched on the first downs. Again, punt returns and kick returns not too big out there. Total yards gained, not too crazy. The Jackson Drive only had a single turnover there, so I guess that's not too bad. Eight fairly even on third down conversions, to be completely honest with you, and then with the fourth down conversions going 2-0 out there, and then with the 2-point conversion, obviously, seeing Jackson Drive kind of get a nice 22 points on the board there is always good. The red zone percentages, I like to see those in the high 60s. The red zone offensive touchdowns, 3 for 3, so they were even. Field goal, of course, I got to go with the Sons of Saban. And usually, what you see is that the winning team is winning on the penalty yards, and the time of possession is not too bad of a difference there. Then let's go ahead and jump on over to our player stats. Let's go ahead and let's go with Jackson Drive first here. So Jalen Hurts, 97.2 passer rating, 245 yards with 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, a 25-yard pass, and a sack out there. Not so bad. James Morgan, who apparently is ahead of Trevor Lawrence, which is interesting. Didn't do much in there. For the rushing, Saquon Barkley had the vast majority of the carries. Looks like Jalen Hurts went for a couple of sprints out there. Not too much going on. Now I can see why that core wasn't there. Devontae Adams getting a lot of targets, almost hitting that 90-yard mark out there. Looks like Jalen Hurts was spreading the love. Was I right on that, or am I stupid? Yeah, Jalen Hurts. No, I was losing my mind there. Mike Williams had a couple of passes for 54 yards. T.J. Hawkinson, 31, 3 catches for 31 yards. Deebo Samuel, 2 for 28. Not too bad. And then Saquon Barkley had 3. Eric Ebron, T. Higgins. So not much going on there. And then I know we should probably look at kicking. Oh, look at that. Graham Gano, 2. All right. Yeah, I know that we don't really focus on that. I probably should have. But let's go ahead and take a look at the Sons of Saban. Dak Prescott with 132.6 for 220 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, a sack out there. Okay. So with rushing, Nick Chubb doing a lot of work. 22, 132, average 6, 2 touchdowns, and then Austin Eckler putting in a fair bit amount of work. Looks like Dak kind of scrambled out there. With the receiving core, Terry McLaurin Looks like he was their go-to guy for quite a bit of it. Nine receptions for 120 yards, 13.3 on an average with a touchdown. Hunter Long, a good tight end out there, getting 3 for 36. Adam Shaheen, tight end. Jamar Chase had 3, and then Nick Chubb had 1. So it looks like it was tight ends doing the vast majority of the work, outside of T. McLaurin, which tells me that it was probably a very interesting game. Because I think if we go back to the stats on this here, wasn't it the offensive yards gained was, sorry, I'll make an adjustment there, 398 offensive yards gained. The rushing yards was 178, and then offensive passing yards 220. So all right, fair game here. Fairly decent game, and then let's go ahead and hop on over to the Danger Chickens versus the Sure Shots. The Danger Chickens kind of taking the beef there on the offensive yards gained. Definitely dominated on the rushing, although the Sure Shots had an aerial attack going for 350 yards through the air, which tells me that the Danger Chickens are maybe in a little bit of danger for the passing yards in the future. At 23, first downs, the punting yards, the kick returns, I don't really care about those. Somehow these Sure Shots had more yards gained with no turnovers, though. That's a positive. I do like the 5 third down conversions, 4th down conversions there. 2-pointers. Looks like I had a 2-point in the fourth. 2 points in the fourth quarter. None of us were productive in the red zone. The Danger Chickens and the Sure Shots not being that productive whatsoever out there. Red zone offensive touchdowns leading the way there. Penalty yards. That's actually a really good game. Really good game, but it looks like it definitely came down to the possession. If you ever want to feel like an idiot, sometimes, like, I totally forgot to look into the stats of this game here. So let's go ahead and dive into the stats real quick. Let's go ahead and just dive into the Sure Shots here. Joe Burrow, 129.6 passer rating, 350 yards, 3 touchdowns, took 2 sacks from the Danger Chickens out there. He went 21 for 33. Going on over to the rushing yards, we got Dalvin Cook at 18 for 53 yards. Doing pretty good on that end there. Average 2.9 yards out there, which means that the Danger Chickens were holding them pretty good. Joe Burrow had a couple of scrambles, and then Cullen Gillespie, probably one of those 3rd or 4th downs that was needed out there. Diving into the receiving, A.J. Brown doing some work, 7 for 148 yards. Looks like he was the vast majority of everything out there. 3 touchdowns, which is pretty awesome sauce. Looks like he was having an air raid attack on everybody. Adam Thielen only going 4 for 76, almost 20 yards an average gain out there. Justin Jefferson doing some pretty good numbers. Michael Gallup, 1 for 30. That was a pretty decent gain. Zach Ertz almost getting about 10 per out there, and then Dalvin Cook with 1 with a nice big old fat gain out there. Heading back on over to the Danger Chickens. Lamar Jackson, 132.8, 221 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. Looks like the Sure Shots definitely had a nice little sure shot there at Lamar, getting him 2 sacks. 20 for 24 at an 83% completion rating. Coming on over to the rushing, Mixon 23 for 156, Kareem Hunt had 10 for 41, and then Jackson with 2 scrambles for 18 yards. Coming on over to the receiving corps, Stephon Diggs 6 for 74. Also, Travis Kelce, 6 for 62. Hunter Renfrow, 5 for 59. Those are the kind of things that I like to see where you get a decent amount of receivers getting, some good yards, and then it drops off drastically with Allen Robinson getting 1 for 17, and then Joe Mixon for 2 for 9, which isn't too bad. So, yeah, coming back, redoing the score out here. Thank goodness that a lot of the records keep, and I haven't gone too far in advance here. But, yeah, this was your... This was the game for the Danger Chickens, where they, handled these Sure Shots there at the very end. So, yeah, we're gonna cut back to when I was earlier going through everything like I totally should have. And this is totally not just recorded in the middle of something because I forgot to make the edit when it happened. So taking a look here at who is sitting at where. Jackson Drive, they ended up going 2-2. Desert Swarm is now at 2-2. The Danger Chickens are 4-0. The Mac and Cheats are also 4-0, and your Fighting Penguins are coming up at 3-1. Going to the listeners side of things, because those were all the co-hosts, and this is the listeners league here. The Sure Shots are 2-2. The Sons of Saban are still 4-0. The 10 Wolverines are 2-2 now. Your Spudnados are 3-1, and then Brady Gaga is at 2-2. Let's go ahead and take a look at Week 5's matchups coming up here. Not much really going on right off the bat. So we got Desert Swarm and Gump taking on the Washington football team. The Sons of Saban are fighting off against the 10 Wolverines there. That should be a good one. And then, of course, we got the Sure Shots against the Bengals. The Danger Chickens going against the Denver Broncos. We also got, where are we at? Ooh, Spudnado versus the Fighting Penguins. That's going to be a nice little matchup there. And then we also have Brady Gaga going against the Kansas City Chiefs. And then we also have another game here where we have Jackson Drive going up against the Kraft Mac and Cheats. So just taking a look here, are the Kraft Mac and Cheats going to get knocked off by Jackson Drive? Is Spudnado going to come out with another win and send the Fighting Penguins to be 3-2? And then, she'll be 3-2 as well, too. And then one that I'm really interested about here is, can I stay 4-0 as the Danger Chickens face off against the Broncos? Will the Sure Shots go 3-2? And I'm also looking for Sons of Saban here. Are they finally going to get handed a loss against the 10 Wolverines? Who knows? Stay tuned for next week, and we'll jump right into the action.